Good afternoon on the west coast somewhere on North American continent. Oh wow! I just finished running the lathe for a number of hours and machined out a lot of different parts and things, and even insulators out of plastic and aluminium parts and pieces for things. Anyway, it feels good to sit down for a while. Went up for hours just running the lathe, manual machining, by the way. I do a lot of manual machining. What else am I doing? It's cutting stuff. Yeah, okay. Anyway, machining aluminium. There's other materials. I get it all sort of arranged and do it all in one shot kind of thing. So I get metal chips and plastic chips. Oh, I got some scratches here. But oh well. I don't wear gloves. I wear just this shirt. I don't like long sleeves or loose clothing around machine tools because one mistake grabs you, it can suck you in, and you won't have a very nice day. No, anyway, so I've been noticing a lot of social media stuff. They rehash the same old anti-gravity garbage and rehash the old free energy stuff all the time. Different angles, and people like to make free energy machines, which basically are a diathermy machine hidden somewhere and fire up all kinds of weird things. But trickery is all over the place. These characters, and they rehash the same stuff. That's why I'm getting sick of social media. Nothing much there. So my social media is mostly YouTube search, how to, as well as eBay search, how to, or finding stuff I need. Well, it takes hours sometimes. You know, you go over the listing. It's not in proper order, listing after listing. Or YouTube, it's pretty easy. Or Google is okay. So I'm not getting into free energy anymore. Already done that, and I have very happy clients that received what I promised I would make for them. And I haven't seen anybody, I get these emails. Oh, John, I found an investor. All this nonsensical gibberish. Ah, no, that doesn't how it works. You found somebody who wants to find out something. And normally my investors come in person alone, and we talk and we have dinner and we talk, and I give my spiel and they give their spiel, and we do it. So yeah, the best free energy devices were the wafer crystal units that drove barium titanate cylinders in rhythm. I have the formulation, by the way. I'm not going to give it out. I'm not going to get in trouble. I found it recently in my paper stack. It is actually 72 round 30 millimeter wafers, a 16th of an inch thick. So it's like a pile basically, but it's a resonator. First demonstrated to a scientist, Dr. Hal Puda, when he came with George Hathaway to pick up Alex Pizarro's belongings after he passed away. And I was in the middle of making it for a investor person. I mentioned Ria Trade Group. We got along fine, and the secondary investors never showed up, so I went on to other people that came around wanting to know what I was doing, kind of thing. So the Japanese really did a lot of work on that in Japan, as well as Thomas in around 2000, and a bunch of others. So I would usually get anywhere from 10,000 to 250,000. I'm not an inventor. I just discover things and read history, and I just make them for people. It's people that are serious with paperwork and contracts. It's the same with the film people too. They always have paperwork, and they do it, and they don't just joke around like a lot of them do. Being number two, Richard Surratt and his group. Richard's from coasttocoastam.com. He showed up in Oregon, filmed us. I never aired it. It's like, so. What am I doing now? I'm rebuilding, if you want to call it a lab, I like to call it a collection of things that does interesting things. I'm not into labs and all that weird stuff, so it's vintage machinery. It did things a long time ago. Got into that ever since I was a little fellow. A little fellow I was one time. So, getting loads, another shipment came in today. There'll be another one coming in again, and it'll be in about, shipments will be coming in probably through the summer. By fall or this coming winter, it'll be something to show, which will be interesting. Already we had things to show, but it's not been publicized. It's minor equipment and investigating paranormal, psychological, as well as other paranormal things with low equipment. On studying Dr. Robert Jan and his interesting frequencies, 1.4 gigahertz, and in that range is PK events and that kind of thing. But it was recorded, and the videos are not released yet. But I think I did some short recordings and posted them on the internet. But it seems to be something there solid, so I'm expanding again on what I know. I'm learning every day, by the way. I learn something new every day, so you have to. There seems to be a new group of characters involved in these effects and that kind of thing. I got interested in my old contact friend Boyd Bushman of Lockheed Martin, who we communicated a lot, and he sent a lot of pictures of things. He's also friends with Nick Cook of Jane's Defense Weekly, a very brilliant journalist who I've seen in person. When was that? Because Nick Cook went to interview Boyd Bushman. Unfortunately, Boyd Bushman passed away in 2014 or 13. But I'm still in contact with this good friend Rex Webb, who I mentioned yesterday when I was doing the red nonsense stuff. Rex made me a website, and he just recently contacted me. But anyway, getting back to what I'm doing, I'll be using a lot of different things here. Main thing is get a repeatable effect. Once that's achieved and recorded, everything will be recorded, by the way. Once that's achieved, and then I'm going to invite certain old friends of mine that'll be interested in filming it. Colonel Alexander, maybe Peter blank blank blank. I'll just say Peter. He's kind of a high official. I've known for a long time. But definitely Paul Stabakowski can film it. He's a filmmaker in Canada, and he filmed the levitating canisters in my apartment. And the show is 3 parts. It's got me in it demonstrating stuff. Ralph Ring and somebody that collected vintage Tesla artifacts. That's Paul in Toronto, Canada. So he recently emailed me, and we communicated. Because I got another email from a filmmaker in LA the other day who wants to interview me and know my take on anti-gravity stuff. So, okay, anti-gravity stuff. The real McCoy will be something very exotic and beyond the gang out there claiming this and that, and lifters and other silly things. And a lot of it's just bunk or just old stuff that's been around a long time, like a levitator we used in the World's Fair in 1939. Gravitator, it's called. All it is a gigantic repulsion coil with toroidal coils around it to stabilize the object instead of flying off in the air. It is stabilized, and one demonstration of it was having a kettle floating in the air while it got hot. Of course, induction, eddy currents, and all that from the huge coil system. So, again, this is old stuff, and it's kind of interesting, but stuff I studied a long time ago. Tesla was not really into anti-gravity, by the way. He got a little crazy in the old days. I knew his good friend, Thomas Lee Richardson in Vancouver. He was a very old man in the 80s who had a lot of Tesla stuff, books and papers, and I got some of it here somewhere. And anyway, he knew Tesla, and he published a book on Tesla, by the way, at the Vancouver Public Library, and struck out and minted some medallions on Tesla. So a lot of people keep banging the same old drum going around. Oh, Tesla, the government stole all. No. Government took some papers, but that's a long time ago. A lot of it just went missing due to normal circumstances. Like Lawrence St. Ives' great aunt worked for Tesla as a secretary, and a lot of Tesla's papers were auctioned off. Now, Thomas Lee Richardson's stuff was shipped to the United Kingdom, I think. A lot of stuff like that is tossed in the garbage, by the way. Well, when am I going to, people get this stuff, a relative dies, and, what are they going to do with it? I've seen that a few times, too, and on eBay, sometimes you get lucky and find that kind of stuff. So I was lucky with finding Antoine Gazda, in Gazda's great-granddad, who made Oerlikon cannons and other inventions. It was just on eBay, and I scored at pictures and things of his factory and manufacturing process. And anyway, getting back to all this stuff with people talk, blah, blah, and stupid diagrams. It's nonsense. Oh, I get that. Oh, it's no good. It's just garbage. Come on. If you make something that works, show it to a scientist. And don't say the government's going to get you. No. It's all bullshit. The government's going to get you, or somebody's going to shoot you, or somebody's going to kill you. Or it got burned up. It's just nonsense. It sounds like a good psychopath to make up a good story like that. So, seen it over and over and over again. No, that's one reason I'm backing out of social media a lot. I might put all my videos on private. I don't know yet. We'll see. Anyway, now if it's recorded and broadcast on TV, that's going to be well, it was before, so I don't expect anything fantastic out of it. Except the curiosity of real scientists and not a bunch of loonies. Or kids, young people, young generation of scientists. Like Bernie, Charles Crawford and friends, and others in that group. Really bright sparks, I'm sure they get tired of the same old stuff, It's like the gravitator thing that somebody conned into making an existence and getting people to buy it. Like a Dennis Lee, or Dennis Lee was a crook and wound up in jail. Oh, wow, Paul Pantone's another crazy person. Got in drugs, got thrown in jail. He used to phone me all the time, and he was wired, so I just hang up the phone. Another one is Al Bielek of the Philadelphia experiment fame and Montauk fame. Yeah, good yarn. Old saying is, it takes money to buy whiskey. I guess Dr. Danny's husband told me that one. So, I've been busy. I can average a repair job on a vintage military World War II receiver within maybe one day. I'm getting faster at this stuff, so I learn a lot of stuff from doing this, by the way. It's all about learning and having fun and don't worry about anything. So, I know there's some people out there that want to know what the hell I'm doing these days, and so I mention it. What I'm doing without acting too pretty darn strange. Used to be a host on CFUN, Vancouver, CKNW, Frosty Forest or somebody like that. It was pretty darn strange. But yeah, I gave demonstrations on Expo 80 at Expo 86, by the way. Psychic Fair with my big coil arrangement. Expo 86, Vancouver, Canada. It was put together by Art. Filmed on CTV News. Maybe Michael McCardle even filmed it. I don't know, but I've seen it on TV. I never had a chance to record it. It was funny. So every hour I'd throw the big switch and boom, all this stuff would happen. Psychics giving readings at Expo 86 at the Dome, Canada Place Stadium. I think it is. They got rather upset with me, interrupting their reading, so we agreed to have it fired off at a certain time and it would be announced. It was fun. That was a real fun one. No. Oh. Yeah, I was standing up and running the lathe. You know, you got to be pretty sharp. Whether I'm sharp or not, I have no idea. But that's all done. Some pieces and parts over here, some on the floor. Just different things that have to be. You can't find them anywhere, so you make them. Always been that way. The first lathe was something I got. There's a couple of pillow blocks with a massive drill chuck on it. Then I graduated to a Warner and Swayze turret lathe. It was a free thing for me in the 70s. Delivered by train. I loved that thing. I fixed it all up. I got pictures of it, by the way. Redid the Babbitt bearings. I had a lot of old timers teach me a lot of things, so that was a lot of fun. I think I sold it. Well, I know I sold it, but I'm saying that. Reason. Flat belt type. So some of the places I patronized was KS Mod Electrical Machinery in North Vancouver that gave me a lot of free stuff, as well as Wesley Baker's Military Surplus Store, Dave's Surplus Store, all the scrapyards in Vancouver. Now I'm patronizing scrapyards down here and got some pretty good loads of goodies. Machine tool parts, brass metal, objects, strange things, unknown things. Oh, I'm having fun. But I wanted to cover that. I could probably, his first personal contact be Paul Stabakowski. I trust him. He is a good friend. Filmmaker. Polar Shift Film Productions. I don't trust very many people these days. They all say stuff that doesn't come to fruition, doesn't come to reality. Oh, anyway. Paul and I filmed in 2007. It's in the can. He's waiting for the great opportunity to air it. I got a copy of it, by the way, but I keep it secret. That was a couple of day film shoot. At the same time, Dr. Thurston Ludwig filmed everything too. It was pretty active back then. But Paul stayed also with my other wife, Helena, in Scottsdale, Arizona. He, she was Polish, he's Polish, and they would hang out together. It was amazing times. Also, a Japanese film crew came around in 2007. One in Canada when I demonstrated something, and then another one came around, bought I think it was $40,000 in footage from www.griffinfilmproductions.com. I have no idea how Peter's doing. Last I heard from Peter when he sold footage to NBC and to, excuse me, Jesse Ventura, True TV guy, who filmed us in Minnesota. Other than that, as I mentioned before, Richard Surratt showed up, and we were actually on Coast to Coast, but no, all the video stuff that never made a movie out of or anything or a film. So, said, it's weird times. Weird times these days. That's why I don't really enjoy any more social media that much. Too much garbage and nonsense. I don't trust the news agencies. Well, it's all just either the one side, left or right, apparently. What do you believe? It's crazy, isn't it? So, studying more into life extension. I've been involved in life extension since 1982 with Dirk Pearson's published book, Life Extension, A Practical Scientific Approach. That inspired me to be narcissistic and eat vitamins, minerals, herbs, enzymes, and all that cool stuff. And then later on, as time progressed, more advances were made, like TA65, made by Geron Corporation, then NAD Plus, and those nicotine series, as I mentioned, niacin series. So I have fun eating those too. All in all, I got lots of energy. Lots of energy. So, anyway. Seems like the media is full of nonsense, like balloons, all the adventures about balloons, or the Donald, or whatever, fill in the blank, or it's been a weird couple of years. This is the COVID nonsense. That's all breaking out into other stories, but oh well. Little Johnny Cupcake here. Yes, another question that somebody asked. Yes, I always acted silly. I mentioned that a number of times on the other videos I made, but yes, I always acted silly. And I had Roscoe as a character, Otto as a character, Constable Green as a character, Carla B. Connection as a character. Put it on the stupid internet. It's good shielding. So I got myself, as I feel I should feel good like this, so what the hell. Yes, I am hypersexual. Nothing wrong with that, is it? Nuh-uh. I just like being myself. I don't socialize that much. I rarely I don't like socializing, actually, that much. Brief encounters with real people is really cool. Like the Japanese, or Thomas Messer, or other friends of mine over the years. You hear that horrible noise? Anyway, Nothing really to talk about. Now I'm not interested in any sports, no baseball, no any balls except my own. Ha! Ha! My own balls! No baseball, no handball, no checkers, no playing cards, nothing. Nothing, zero, 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 zero. So, always been kind of like, well, working on the warships, 4 of them. Mackenzie, Columbia, Yukon, Saskatchewan. 5 years of fun for me. Learn a lot. Okay, but my request was that I work alone, and that was honored by Wesley Roots of the Artificial Reef Society of British Columbia, Canada. And I did my work fantastic, even up to sometimes 2 a.m. at night. And I get tired. Now this is odd. When I do physical work, you'd think you get tired. I don't. I get more energy, and it's hard for me to get to sleep at night. So, like the other day, I did a lot of fencing stuff, going full bore from morning until nighttime. Didn't feel tired. I felt energetic. Like that. So, if you're going to leave a ridiculous comment, do so. Try to demonstrate it for when I get this stuff together. I demonstrate it to professional people only, and kids. Kids I know. But my loyalties are with actually the United States Department of Defense. They may already have it. I don't know. I heard rumors where they did have it, and they were working with antimatter, which got full AWRL support. That's 85, Los Alamos. And Boyd Bushman and Lockheed Martin. It was they were very involved in it. They used high voltage on their triangle-shaped aircraft to give it extra lift, by the way. That's probably known anyway. But I was on the Small Business Innovative Program, Star Wars project. Richard Sparks was my, I guess you call worker. I would get 4 stacks of documents every year. I mean, a lot of them. So I found that they're very helpful and very explanatory. Anything top secret, they would mention a little bit of it, but wouldn't go into details on it and be cut off, so you can't get reports on it. Okay. So they were doing very advanced things way beyond this. The little YouTube person sitting in a chair with a free energy device, or a fake gravity machine, or a fake generator. But yeah, the report you could get. And I would look over each of the stacks of reports. It'd be a page or 2 pages sometimes. Then I'd write down the AD number, accession number. So I'd mail that to Dr. Bud Durand, DARPA, also to Richard Sparks, a bunch of others that got responses back, and they would do the appropriate thing and send me the stuff. So it was NASA, Pentagon, NASA, DARPA, a bunch of DTIC, yeah. A bunch of other agencies would send their brochures and colorful pictures and things and what they're doing. So I always found that those folks are very helpful. And then some of the contractors would show up, by the way, and see what I was doing. That was in the 80s. One brought a levitating a little pyramid business suit. Gave me $100 for the demonstration. He said that was one of the best ones he ever seen. He laughed his head off. Flew into Vancouver at the international meeting place, hotel, and all that. So I met a number of those guys. They're very good. Who was it? Daniel C. LaFlame. Another one. Oh, I got all their names somewhere. But it was interesting times of different pre-internet. It was amazing times. Now you struggle to find stuff. You go through eBay and those ridiculous capitalistic pig sellers. Sometimes I get nasty and I just write to them. Contact seller, I say LOL. Sometimes I get a good deal out of it. Oh, maybe you're interested in buying it. I mean, I know I'm asking $10,000, or maybe you take $30 for it. That's happened. Gotta know your bargaining area. Doing this kind of fun stuff. Anyway, number 1. So what's it all about? I've been to Egypt. I stayed in Egypt for, I think it was a month. Got to see all the great work that they did a long time ago. It was quite amazing, by the way. See it real life. See, I'm getting well buffed. Lost some weight. Exercise. Muscles getting bigger all the time. Look at that. Ha! Anyway, back to reality. So Egypt is quite an amazing place. Saw a lot of different places. It was hosted by Vicky's boyfriend, who was actually in the Egyptian army and knew all the tricks to get around, so that would help a lot too. But please, please, don't talk about John Searle or the guy on some kind of a platform with bug wings or whatever, whoever that idiot is. Don't talk about Paul Fantone. Don't talk about Dennis Lee. Don't even bother with that kind of shit. Or fake videos. Please don't. If you got some stupid thing on the table and running at something, it's just a diathermy machine under the table. It's all trickery, by the way. Oh no, not me. I had mine tested by Kyoto Institute of Technology. They wanted to test it. There's a lot of money at stake there. And I have all the reports, by the way. And they took x-rays, and I have those too. So, be honest. Always be honest. Don't overdo something. Don't say, oh, this is, this and that. And it's got its problem. Mention all the problems. It might not work. Mention that too. Which is the case for a lot of things. Don't break any laws. It's not really worth it. And don't even consider trying to hurt somebody, because once you hurt somebody, you're forever lost. See your sanity. Once you step over that line, you're pretty well done toast. So I studied 9/11. All I can, and I still stick to my situation, is basically fire level building 7, as well as the 2 towers. You just don't realize that. I don't know why you think it's that other thing, but anyway. Have you ever heated up a piece of iron and hit it with a hammer? You see blacksmiths do it. Okay, a piece of steel, it turns soft. Okay. Steel turns soft, and you get a pancake effect. Bang, 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 and it causes huge gushes of air that blows out all the papers, all the dust, all the broken concrete, all the plasterboard. And you got a big pile of stuff. Yeah, old twist beams because of the huge amount of weight. The mechanics of it I saw a long time ago when the Second Narrows Bridge collapsed, now known as Iron Workers Memorial Bridge. So someday, and yeah, oh no aircraft. Well, what about all the people that were got destroyed? Plus all the other people drive me nuts. Anyway, the Pentagon. Oh, a missile hit the Pentagon. Yeah, right. Come on. Screw you. No missile hit it. There was all kinds of debris and aircraft parts, and God, it's scary to think what people think. They're removed from reality and are highly dangerous, in my opinion. So don't bother me with stupid comments or stupid other things, okay? I'm not interested. No, thank you. Live your life the way you want to. I'll live mine the way I want to. Which is silly, by the way. Ah, stretching I am. Well, that's enough said for today. I don't inflict my beliefs on your beliefs, so please don't do the same to me, okay? Not worth it. There's reality comprehension disorder. Have you got that? But why do you want to believe in, like, flat earth people? It's just scary. Hell, it's scary, man. I wasn't like that in the 70s. That was different in the 70s. Peace, love, and free balloons. Come on. But yeah, I mean, I have seen steel twisted up like that in scrapyards. I don't know where it came from, but probably something got destroyed or blown up or something. Oh, look at the stuff I make. Very little energy. It's atomic. It's atomic, by the way. I agree rather strongly with Dr. Harold Wilson of the Defense Department, Canada, when he felt that I was extracting something out of the uranium ore, intermixing with certain radio waves and frequencies, which caused a momentary event. I think so too. And another scientist, Rene Louis Vallée, kind of felt the same. And there was another scientist, Andreas Sakharov, doctor in Greece, P.T. Pappas, in Greece, Athens, who felt what I was doing is related. And yeah, they write it off as poltergeist activity. Yeah, right. Sure. I believe in poltergeist activity of certain people, but I don't have it. I have what you call seeing everything all the time. It's very brilliant what's real and what's not real. And what I see is actually pretty interesting. I stare at the sun. I go places with my mind and see things. Nothing wrong with that, is it? I don't know how late it is. Holy mackerel, I'm talking blue streak today. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, so I was working on this part. And, yeah, other things, of course. I made some insulators. Oh, that's an interesting piece of rubber. Oh, I know what that's for. Okay, I'll use that later. Oh, rest it here. What is real? Oh, there's so much that'll come in the next 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 100 years, 200 years, 500 years. Whether the ridiculous human race survives their wars, I don't know. It's an iffy situation. Oh, we got more boxes that arrived. More high voltage stuff. Whatever was it? 4:30 was it? Sorry to speak. I gotta take all my vitamins. It's a cool thing, isn't it? Oh. I'm walking this way because I want to smoke. I want to have a cigarette. And I like smoking. This video may be upside down, but who cares? What the hell? Is that how I was filming, or was it filming the other way? Up here, I think, wasn't it? Oh, well, it's just upside down. Who cares? Whoa! Here we go. Knock the ashtray over. Oh, goodness. So, to be quiet, I gotta take my vitamins. Oh, last night I had an amazing dream. I have these dreams, usually 3 major dreams in color. And it was all about, I was with a group of people who I don't know. And it was, they're working on a secret project with atomics. Kind of weird dream. That was my ending dream. In color. People I never seen before. And it was in an atomic reactor. Usually I'm taught how to figure that out by free association. That's why I ramble on. Taught by psychologists a long time ago. Free associate your dreams, so. What first thing comes to your mind? Okay. I have a dream. So Boyd Bushman came to my mind on this atomic stuff. Before that, I can't remember the dream, but it was very intense. People I've never seen before, places I've never seen before. Oh, don't get me wrong, I do believe in parapsychology. All of it. And hauntings. I've seen hauntings. Woodland School. Entities in the air. I was with Lama Lee, a lady friend of mine who's actually on the internet, being interviewed by some of the newscasters, what she saw me doing, and Corinne Tyson, who was with me too. And they describe it quite intently. Woodland School. Other situations, yes, many of them. Kind of like entities coming into being, and the Golden Lady would come to visit me once in a while. Actually, not even in dream state, and sort of in half awake, half dream. My ESP rating is about 80% as I lose a night of sleep. That was taken some years ago. And, well, it's just the way it is. Every human is gifted in some form, one way or the other, by the way. I'm not going to make myself out to be this glorious scientist person, I don't think, yeah. I'm just a crazy lunatic who loves scrapyards. I'm doing my own teeth with marine tech. Learned that off of Google. That's a long story. The one thing I've always had was agoraphobia ever since I was born. You didn't know that, did you? Okay. Only open spaces, nothing else. No public. In public, I'm fine. Wow. I mean, when I travel out there, I see things that are very hard to describe. So it's. Am I recording still? I hope so. It'd be funny if it wouldn't. But anyway, so I guess the dream triggered me to talk like this and put out information. That's a raven talking. So that's what I believe in, but your belief system's different, so that I respect that. I respect everybody's belief system, even very religious people. It's their system. Mine is just weirdness or who knows what it is, but it doesn't matter anyway, does it? Let's see how many minutes I've been talking. Look here. Oh, hard to see it in the sun here. Oh, wow. 45 minutes, 4:30. Ooh, I better get my vitamins. Didn't know it's so late. Anyway. Yeah, demonstrations will be probably in the fall, but only certain people. Ow. Let's see it, I guess. Or film it or do whatever. I don't know. Fun part in all this is I'm always learning things. Get dust all over this from the ashtray falling. Yes, I act this way all the time. I talk like this all the time. I'm dressing like this all the time. What the hell? Why not? I like it. What do you dress? Are you a conformist? You have to conform because you might get picked on in public by ignorant humans, which is quite typical. You know, it's like people that are darker skinned got picked on. The whole bloody Civil War was over that whole thing too. People from different countries, or tribes, as I call them. You get your alpha males making it into a country. That's all the artillery and armaments, although I'm into armaments, but I like them because I like things like that. But not into war, killing anything, or even thinking about killing anything. No, thank you. Not. I think we're all capable of doing something naughty. I've done a few naughty things, but oh well. I have. Sneaky little bugger I am sometimes. But no criminal stuff, really. No. Never had anything like that happen. Oh, I was set up by the Canadian government, Pierre Elliott Trudeau. But I won my cases and went after the RCMP to get rid of Constable Machelko. It's a long story. Made the press, made the news. Anyway, I gotta shut up and get going here. Holy macaroni. Still dusty. Johnny Cupcake. Rejuvenation Doctor. Hi, Dr. Winfield. No, tricks are for kids, but I'm a kid and I eat them. What the hell? Once in a while. So, I'll be upside down maybe. I don't know. Who cares? Who cares? Okay. So, I guess YouTube is my psychiatrist. Maybe that's why I make these videos. Maybe, oh, well, maybe so. Who cares? Doesn't really matter. Oh, doesn't matter at all, really. Number one. So, I'll probably cancel Facebook off. Already canceled LinkedIn off. Got rid of that. And Twitter. I don't even bother going there. I didn't even bother deleting it. Just let it ride out into oblivion. Not into TikTok. And Facebook. Looks like it's going to go. Maybe YouTube too. Except I use it for posting these ridiculous videos as well as searching for things I need to learn about. School is not out for me. Anyway, enough of this posing nonsense. I'm gonna go.